Welcome to our Stretch and Flex class today. It's my first one, so I hope you all enjoy. Stretch and Flex class is primarily, as it sounds, we're going to do some really hard, just body weight warm-up stuff, and then we're going to also do some active stretching, full body warm-up, full body, if you're you can get into some splits after this, you can get into some back bends, whatever you like, or just cool it down with me and you'll be all set. So you'll notice here I have a couple of weights with me, totally optional. I'm just going to use them to make a couple of my exercises a little bit harder, a little bit more challenging. You don't have to have them if you don't have them. And I will also be showing some modifications to make things easier and harder as well. Okay, so we're going to get started just a little bit of a warm-up with some lower body stuff. And starting from standing, we're going to start with some calf raises. So just here and up and down. We're going to go for 10. So coming up, making sure that you're not falling out to the outside with your ankles. You're staying nice and pushing through that big toe. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Okay, now we're going to just do some hip rotations. So coming up, moving out to the side, and then down. Up and out, down. You can stabilize with a chair, couch, something if you need to, or just balance it on that. And we're going to do one more on each side. Okay, so to start, we're going to start with some squats with a heel raise. So standing in about a typical squat position, your knees are slightly turned out. Here, we're going to squat down, and then we actually come up. We're going to go up onto those ankles, making sure you don't roll to the outside. You're pushing through that big toe, keeping the bones aligned. I'm going to go for 10 of those, okay? Down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 3 more, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We're getting right into some push-ups now. I know. So these are going to be tricep push-ups. So what I mean by that is your hands are planted firmly underneath your shoulders. And then as you come down, you're going to keep your elbows hugged to the side of your body. We're not going out this way, we're going down. Those are the next ones. We're only going to do 5 of these. If a straight push-up is too hard, drop your knees to the ground and just try and go there. And of course, if you have a hard time, even with that, coming back up, just drop to the ground, get yourself back up, and work on the negative of lowering your body down, nice and slow, so that you're building that same muscle, okay? 5 tricep push-ups, and then we're gonna do 5 regular ones where our elbows come out to the side. So modify as you need to, and we're ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Going right into the regular push-ups where our elbows come out to the side for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Y'all still with me? Grab a quick little drink of water. Because now it's time to find out what I use those weights for. If you don't have weights, don't even worry about it. Here we're going to be doing a narrow squat, so our legs are going to be relatively together. If you have weights, you're just going to rest them kind of right above your shoulders here. And then so this squat, your legs are together, and you want to focus on bringing your butt behind you, so you don't go too far over top of your toes and lean forward, right? So we are going to go 10 of these. So standing in a narrow squat and pushing bum way back behind you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Good. If you use weights, you can put them aside for now. We're going to the ground. So here, we're going to be laying on our side. This is a little pain. You can be all the way down, up, whatever you like. Legs are nice and straight. We're going to bring top leg up, bent. Out, as you see, my hips are nice and stacked on top of each other. I'm not going in and out. And from here, I'm going to extend as long as I can. All the way, full extension. Even if you're down here, it's totally fine. Knee is straight. Slowly lowering. Bring to here, top leg up, bend. And then we're going to bring it back in and extend again. Is that straight leg slowly lowering down. Okay? Ready? Let's go. It's 1, 2, 7, 8. Keeping those hips stacked. Don't let your back fall to the ground. Last one. Slowly lowering down and moving to the other side. Okay. Again, from this side. Bottom leg is straight, hips are stacked on top of each other, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 2 more. Last one. Yeah, good. All right, let me fix the clip here. To the weights again. If you don't have a weight, no problem. We're going for what's called a Russian twist. So I'm going to do mine with a weight here with my legs elevated. I'm going back and forth. You can make this a little bit easier by keeping your feet on the ground and just leaning back as much as your abs can handle. If you think you can handle the bit more challenge, you're going to try and keep your legs up here while going back and forth. And of course, if you want to move more challenge, you're going to add that weight. So we are going to do 20 Russian twists, and we're going to get started right now. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good. Grab yourself a little drink. We're working our way up here. Started with the lower body, moved into some abs. Now we're going to do 10 reverse crunches. reverse crunch is simply laying on our back, legs are up here, my legs are going to stay in that 90 degrees, and they're just going to drop, my toes are going to touch the ground. The important part here is that my lower back doesn't come off the ground. So if you're not able to lower your toes to the ground while keeping your lower back on the ground, you're going to modify by bringing one down at a time, as so. If that is way too easy for you, you're going to straighten your legs as such here, and lowering down and bringing back up. Now I'm going to demonstrate the regular reverse crunch with the Bentleys, but if you want to try the one with the straight legs, just keep in mind, if that lower back comes off the ground, just move back to the bent leg ones. Or if you want to start out, you have a little bit more energy, start with the straight leg ones, that's fine. But if your back starts coming off the ground, then please just go back to the regular ones. We don't need any little injuries here. So just doing 10 of these. So 10 reverse crunches. Here, knees stay at 90 degrees all the time. Lower back stays to the ground. Okay, we're going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, last one, and 10. Good. Okay. So I'm going to grab one of my weights again. If you don't have the weight, no problem. What we're actually doing is just 30-second side plank on each side. Just get those side abs going. So you have a few options here. You can go from your elbow. You can balance with one arm up. If you're going to have a weight, it's going to go in that top hand. You can also go with a straight arm up here, or straight, or if you really want to make it extra hard, full star. Again, we're holding for 30 seconds, so whatever variation feels good in your body, go for that one. I'm going to go with my nice hard option, elbow on the ground, here, and arm up for 30 seconds. Trying not to let your hips dip. Keep an eye looking at your line, making sure that those hips are nice and high. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Moving to the other side. Whatever variation you did on the first side, we're going to stay with that on the second. Setting it all up. If you have a weight, here, and up for 30 seconds. Checking those hips, they haven't dropped down to the ground. Ten more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Okay. You're gonna want to grab a 10-second drink of water because the next one is probably the hardest ab workout. It's the hardest one I have in my program today, but don't worry, we have variations as well. Okay, so for this one, we're going to do circles with our legs, lying on our back. Now, with the reverse crunches, if you were having a hard time keeping your lower back on the ground, what you're going to do for this one is just hold here. That's it. If we're able to do those other ones, you can attempt this one. It starts here. We're going to move out to a straddle as such, and then we're going to bring our legs all the way up a circle
Hollow, lower back stays to the ground, and we're gonna lift up. That's 1. So we're going to do 4. We're gonna do just 2 in this direction, 2 in a reverse direction. So if anyone's just gonna hold this, they can also try just making like little circles here if you want to, or if this isn't I know when I first started dance, this was a very hard position for me. So whatever you're ready for, we're gonna get started, okay? So we're going for 1, straddle, legs come out, lift up, making sure that lower back stays to the ground. 2, reversing that, we're gonna go down together, out to the side, and up, and down together, out to the side, and up. That's all we're doing to that one. Kind of want to get a little bit of feedback on that one from you guys, to be honest. It is a very hard move, and I just want to make sure that everybody's able to do it safely, okay? So now we're gonna start we're getting into the stretch portion. We're gonna start in a half split or a pigeon pose. So here, one leg is straight out behind you. It goes down under the hip, knee is facing the ground. Front leg is bent in front of you. If it's more comfortable for your knee and your hip to have your foot bent in like towards the hip, totally fine. If you have the hip flexibility to put it out in front of you in a parallel move, then we're gonna go with that one. So we're just gonna sit into this one, try and focus on the hips, making sure that they're aligned here nicely, nice and square. And then we're just gonna find your breath and give this about 30 seconds just to relax. When I start getting feeling it deep into the stretch, I like to just kind of shimmy back and forth, wiggle around. I don't know, I think it helps move blood to the area and the stretch doesn't get too intense. Okay, now if you're ready, we're going to try to grab that back foot. If it's just super out here, if you're able to grab it at all, that's totally great. If you are able to bring it in a little bit more, wherever is a comfortable stretch for you. You want to feel a stretch, but not a really pull, tear. Yeah, just a nice warm stretch. And then relaxing into it. Breathing. Okay, we're gonna let that foot down, nice and slow. We're gonna transition to the other side. Same move on the other side. We're going in that half split. Back leg straight out behind you, knee is facing the ground. Foot is wherever it felt comfortable in front of you. And you are trying to make sure that your hips are pretty parallel. If my hips way up here, then maybe I need to bring my foot in so I can properly align and face the front. Now breathe and let yourself relax into this stretch a little bit. Properly align and face the front. When you're ready, we're going to try lifting up that back foot, bring it into where a comfortable stretch is, a little bit of a pull, but you're still able to kind of relax down into it. If it's really, really tight, you want to back it off a little bit, and then just try and come in half of where you were, because you don't want to have full tension. This is still pretty active. We're still using our muscles. Good. And letting that one down. Good. So now we're going to go in for a cobra stretch. So we're lying on our stomach here. Legs can be straight up behind you, or if it's more comfortable for your lower back, you can make your legs wider in the back here, but your knees are always going to be facing straight towards the ground. So we're starting in our stomach. Your hands are going to start about under your shoulders. We're going to think of elongating and then pulling up. So we're going to stretch ourselves up, pull up, pushing up with the arms, trying to keep our hips relatively still on the ground. I am engaging through my butt, my lower back, all the way up my thoracic, here. And then just trying to breathe. So the first one, so you don't have to go too far. And then we're going to start lowering down. But you want to keep everything engaged as we're going down. So it should feel like you don't really need your hands at a certain point. And then lowering yourself down. We're going to go for 2 more. Should be able to get a little bit further into them. Maybe let your head go back at the top. And you can also move your arms down closer towards your ribs, hips as you go, as long as everything feels comfortable for you, okay? So going up for the second one. Extending, lifting, and then putting your head back if you want to. Trying to bring your rib cage forward. And then slowly lowering down with using the least amount of help from your hands as possible. Good. Give that a little shake. And last one. We're going to elongate, push up, bring the rib cage forward, let the head fall back. And then lowering yourself down. And then we're just going to push back into a child's pose here. So we can round through the lower back and just kind of release what we just did with all that activation. And for anybody that has any kind of like lower back tension or pain, doing that stretch and really activating through the bend, which is the natural way that your lumbar wants to bend, activating all those muscles actually really does help relieve a lot of that tightness and tension. Of course, it can also be coming from other places. It could be your hips, it could be your legs, but that is one that isn't going to harm when sometimes you feel like it's really tight and you just want to stretch it out. Activating those muscles really actually does help them release as well. Okay, grab a quick drink of water. We have one more stretch flow, and then we're going to cool down. Okay, so we're going to go into a lunge. Here, we're going to have our weight over our back leg. Front leg is going to be straight. We're going to relax into this one. You can kind of bounce up and down if you want, or just let it breathe. We do want to try and keep the hips square. So that means making sure this is parallel to this, right? So you're not opening your hips. You're trying to face them both towards the front leg. And then from here, we're going to flow. We're going to go into a forward stretch here. And then we're going to go and just move with our arm and kind of stretch to the outside. But I'll walk you guys through that as we get there. So we're just going to start one leg forward, doesn't matter which side. Weight is on that back leg. Front leg is straight in front of you. Try to get that knee straight as well. Foot can be pointed, flexed, whatever feels comfortable to you. And we're just going to try and relax into this one. Breathing in and out through your nose. If you want to intensify this stretch, you're going to try and bring your belly down to your thigh, and then your chest, and then your head would come down. If it's really hard for you to get the front leg straight at all, you can round in your back. It should assist in straightening that front leg. And then this is where you intensify. Breathing in and out through your nose. One more deep breath. Okay, now coming forward, bending that front knee, still trying to keep these hips nice and aligned so we're not stretching. You shouldn't feel anything in your inner thigh. Here, hips stay straight. You can put your hand on a knee to stabilize, or if you can reach to the ground, that works as well. I'll just give you this view here. So I don't want you coming too far over your toes. We're going to take your free arm. You can also use like a couch or something to stabilize yourself as well. We're going to take the free arm, we're going to reach forward, and then we're going to go over top of that bent knee and bending backwards as far as is comfortable. If you start feeling like some cramping on the side of your back there, that's just those muscles activating. But obviously don't give yourself a Charlie horse. And we're going to come back forward, and we're going to do that a few times. And it may just look like this. Totally fine. Should feel a stretch in the front of that hip flexor. Okay. Stay in your own time. Go back and forth in this one. One more back and forth. Good. I'm going to stretch that one out, just returning back to our forward stretch. Just come back to your breath, breathing in and out through your nose, and just letting everything relax a little bit. Good. When you're ready, we're switching legs and we're going to repeat on the other side. So again, weight is over the back leg, hips are nice and square, perpendicular to the front leg, and we're just going to relax into this one. Focusing on making sure that front leg is fully extended and straight. Again, if that's hard to straighten, you can round through your back a bit. Give yourself a little bit more support if you need to. Prop your hands up. And if you want to intensify this stretch, you're bringing lower back down and then your chest down to the thigh and eventually all the way with your face, trying to make sure that that back is as flat as possible. Breathing in and out through your nose. One more deep breath. You're going to come forward into that lunge. Again, hips square, perpendicular to that front leg. Knee should be over the ankle, not too far, definitely not out over your toes. And then we're going to take the opposite arm, or the arm that has the leg back. I'm going to reach forward. I'm going to try and bend out to the outside and coming back forward, just like we did on the other side. Stabilize yourself with your knee or with the ground or a couch, whatever helps you out. Here we go. And only going back as far as it is comfortable for you. Taking your time. Last one, all the way around. Good. Letting that go, we're going to straighten out that front leg. Come back to that breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Letting all that tension go. Good. Coming out of that when you're ready, grab a quick 10-second drink, and we're just going to go for a little bit of a cool down. So we're going to do what's called a figure 4 stretch. We're going to go lying on our back. One leg is going to come up bent, ankle over the knee here, and then this is totally fine if you want to stretch from here, pushing that knee away from you. If you want to intensify this stretch, we're going to come, bring our hands behind, lifting up the other leg, and then making sure that your top closer knee does not come up to your chest. We're still pushing that one away from you here. Keeping the hips on the ground, and then you can bring it in closer to your chest. As long as that still feels good, you're going to feel like the knee that's bent should be a nice stretch through your glute there. This side. Breathing in and out through your nose, relaxing into it. Good. Letting those down. We're going to switch to the other side. Here, that knee is pushing away from you. You're going to bend. Grab behind this one. And bringing that in as long as it's comfortable. Breathing in and out through your nose. And this is the side here. Coming down. Good. Then we're just going to do a few arm rotations. So lying on your side, you can have your hips wrapped your legs again. Doesn't matter to me. We're just going to go around and stretch out. Just do a few arm circles. So wherever's comfortable, if you want to just lay straight on your side. So do 3 or 4 on each side, just to get all of our spine back in alignment. Nice big circles, really extending through the shoulder and the back. Back around. One more time on this side. Good, and then switching to the other side. Here, nice big arm circles. Two more. And that's all. Okay, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed my stretch and flex class. Thank you so much to anybody following along, whether you're on our website, slope.live, or if you were watching on like Facebook, Twitch, Instagram. I think we're streaming to all of them right now, but yeah, please keep an eye out on our website, slope.live, for as we release, new free content. And then also, like, we're building out the website, so you're going to see new features popping up all the time as well. So yeah, thank you for everyone joining me today, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye.